Well, hey there, Pisces. It's Dharma Jane. Working on December. Oh my goodness. What the heck happened to the year? I don't even know. Listen, friends. Dealing with a death. I am been traveling because of that. I just needed a minute. So what I decided to do was to try to do the videos a couple of weeks in advance, because the problem that I was having was I would try to do them and get them out the day like of the moon, because I was going by new moon or full moon. And what that was doing was causing a lot of stress and anxiety in my life, because it takes an entire night to upload one video, because I live way out in the country and my internet is crappy. Pisces understand. So we already got one jumper card. I'm going to use my, this is for December. I'm going to use my new deck, Crystal Tarot, getting some smudge on here, a bit of Palo Santo in there. I'm going to use the Crystal Tarot, and we're going to, I'm just, the last couple months, I kept trying to like put limitations on, oh, it can only be 10 minutes, and because it uploads faster like that, and or oh, I'm only going to use one deck and they're going to have to go to a different site. This is not why I'm doing this. I'm not trying to collect money for personal readings. My life purpose here in this incarnation, with, I don't know if you can see my giant wings, but I can. I am full-blown Libra Earth Angel. And I'm totally okay with admitting that. I don't, that is my truth. And my spirit purpose is to teach people how to have this connection with their own spirit team. It's not special. Everyone can do it. The problem is it's just not something that's taught. I believe that if we're going to be teaching math and science in kindergarten, we should also be teaching meditation and spirit journeys, because it's so important to be led by the divine, right? I'm going to go off on a tangent here, but my purpose is that I'm just going to let this flow the way that I want it to flow, and the way that Spirit says that it has to flow. So we'll just see what happens. Okay, Pisces? Sweet, sweet Pisces. Pisces have been going through some stuff. I found one of my favorite Pisces people. I just completely armed him with crystals, because I'm like, whatever is going on with you right around Halloween, here you go. And I put some crystals on him because I was worried. That, and I'm a little obsessed with Pisces. So what's the deal? What kind of, choices were Pisces faced with? What was, I know that there's been a lot of job stuff going on. A couple of Pisces that I know just like quit their jobs. Like, fuck this, I'm not doing it anymore. Which is awesome when people go through one of those moments in their life. But let's go ahead and get to it. Asking you on the computer when I could just ask the cards, right? So let's see. We got past, present, future. Yikes. I'm getting a little excited here for Pisces. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh. Whoa. I'm just going to go ahead and say that this is probably a love reading, and you'll see why. Okay, first off, you had a jumper right in the beginning. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, new beginning, new feelings and love. Your cup runneth over. That's my dog. I don't know if you heard Murph. So jumper card. I just heard new excitement. A new chance. I keep hearing new. I also heard new but old, which means that whatever this is, you know this person already. Could be past life, but I think that you know them now. Okay, they say keep going. Okay, so that was your jumper card. So let's see how that relates. Because right in your recent past, we're looking at the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a union. It is about emotions. It is about coming together. Except along with that, you have the Tower, which we all know what the Tower is. Something was built on a shaky foundation, and in this case, it caught on fire and burned down. Along with the Nine of Swords. What the heck, Pisces? Didn't I just say Pisces have been going through some shit, right? Recently, right around Halloween, okay? What was this Tower moment that you had? Why did you have the Tower moment? And it has to do with a relationship, and it's causing you or caused you anxiety. And as your base, you have the Three of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles with Judgment. Oh, with the Empress. This is definitely about love. So you have Venus lurking in the background of all this, and you've got the Eight of Pentacles, so you're working on it. You're attempting to harvest whatever this is, but then you're being called to have judgment. And so is that why you're feeling anxiety? Because you are like, there was a Tower moment and you're like, whoa, let's back the train up. This no longer works for me. Because I feel like you were like, okay, I'm content, I'm fine. And you were working towards contentment, you know, with the Eight of Pentacles. And you were like headed in a direction to where it was, you know, supposed to work out. And you were fine and whatever. I keep saying that to Pisces. It was fine. I don't understand what happened. It was fine. Because now it's not. Because you had a Tower moment and you're left feeling full of anxieties up at night, you know, can't really sleep. Because you need to make a choice here. And this isn't just a choice. This isn't a Two of Swords. This is a judgment. When you hear judgment, picture the gavel of a judge. When it's said, it's done. And that's because I feel like there might be a little bit of wishy-washy here with the way that you feel about this relationship. And I think it's because I know how Pisces are. When they make a decision, they want to try to really, you know, go with that. So if you're going to get into a relationship, you want to like really see it through to the end, because you just don't know what can happen. And that's really exciting for Pisces. You know, it could change. It could change. Ooh, that's exciting. I'm going to swim right into that mess. I'm not hating on Pisces. I love Pisces. Then you have the Three of Wands. So you're talking about watching your ships come in while your house is burning down behind you. What is that all about? Okay, so, and I think that's why judgment came up, because I think that while you're thinking that all these things are coming towards you and all these things are like working out really great, it's, you know, not. And that you need to turn around and notice that your house is on fire. That's kind of a hellish little message, isn't it? Let's see what else they have to say, because moving into your present here, we have first and foremost as the base, the High Priestess. Here's another set of swords. And that really doesn't call me. Okay, so very clearly what this says is, even though you know what you need to do with the High Priestess, you feel stuck. And I think the reason that you feel stuck is because you have the, and this is your base, okay, so this is where your head is at behind the scenes. You know what you want, but you feel stuck. And the reason is because you had this page, this little person who came in your life that was like, by the way, did you know that so-and-so is into you? Or something like that. Some kind of message, however it came towards you, it did. And so now this is the Lover's card. And so you're like, wait a minute, that's not, we weren't supposed to, you know, I keep getting this like, we were supposed to be friends. I keep feeling like this was not supposed to be a love thing. We were going to build a foundation based on friendship. And as I'm saying this, I'm looking at this card, the friendship foundation didn't seem to work because now your pants are on fire and you really want to move forward in that direction with this person, which is okay because honestly, the best relationships ever do start out with a foundation built on something that you didn't really think you were gonna, it's always best to be friends first, because if you can be friends with a person, you can love them. Not always true in the other way around. Just because you can love someone doesn't mean you can be friends with them. So there's that juxtaposition for you. Okay, so what are we talking about here? We're talking about this person who comes in and says this message of love, and then you're feeling like, whoa. And I believe it's at your work because you have the Three of Pentacles. So wherever you do for work, this is the work card, this is the working together card, but it's also the third party card, or one of the third party cards. And so why am I saying that like it's a problem? Well, because you have this new like lover coming in, but you're already with somebody. So you're feeling stuck, or maybe with a couple somebodies, and you're just like, like my soul space is telling me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing with this new person, but I just can't. But I'm a Pisces. I already made a decision and I want to swim around in this pond for a while, and I'm not just going to hurt this other person because this other person came in. And you're just like all in your head. That's what swords are. It's about all these extra thoughts that usually bother us. Change of seasons. Oh my goodness. Probably doesn't help that I have the window open with it snowing outside. Okay. This is funny to me, particularly for the male Pisces, because here you are, male Pisces, and this can be completely interchangeable, but I'm going to read it as if it's a male, because all the Pisces that I know, except for one of my daughters, is a male. Here you are, King of Cups, okay, sitting up there like, check me out, I'm full of love, look at my crown, I got a little staff, everyone loves me, and I love them, okay, and you know this, male Pisces know that they are pretty. They know that girls swoon, and I think they like it. It's okay. You have an air sign and a fire sign here. And they both also agree that you're pretty. And they both also want to be part of your space. And here you are, and somebody comes in. Here's another page. Somebody comes in like this is this news for you. Here is this clarity. I'm bringing you clarity right now. You don't have a choice but to hear it. And this is right in between these two chicks. So here you are, like chilling, and then you have these two. I mean, Pisces has to make a choice coming up soon. And it's about harvesting everything that you've grown for, and it's about temptation. Okay? So what does that mean for Pisces? We're talking about love, and you're going to have to make a choice, but what about people who are already married? What does that mean? What does that mean? There's still a choice to be made. So you guys want me to talk about the spectrum, and I know I talk about the spectrum a lot. And the spectrum is, here's Pisces in a bucket, and then you line them up, and all the Pisces on this end are dealing with minor things, and all the Pisces on that end are dealing with like giant life-changing bullshit. And it changes every month, your spectrum. It just depends on how this resonates with you, but all Pisces are going to be going through something kind of like this. Okay, so the main thing here, there's a choice to be made, and this choice is going to be presented to you, and I think it's going to bring you a tower moment, because I don't think you were ready for it. I think that as Pisces, you had made a choice. I'm going to love this person. This person is everything I could have ever possibly wanted, and I'm going to make it work. But then, then your tower moment happens because something completely unexpected. I keep hearing unexpected. What do you have for Pisces, please? Clip my fingers. Oh my goodness. Well, here's your Three of Swords again. I mean, your third party again. This is your third party card. So I'm going to go with it's a third party. Does not have to be. It can just be 333, which is angelic guidance. Okay, it can be you and buddies. It can be a group of people that's too. I just feel like it's too crowded. I feel like you want to make this choice, but you can't. And so you're just full of anxiety. I mean, you pulled the Nine of Swords twice. I told you at the beginning of the reading, Pisces are going through some stuff right now. And it's all in your head, and it's too much, and you want to be content. You just want to live. Pisces just want to have their little space and then swim around and go find new stuff, but then come back to the space at the end of the day. And so all of these tower moments and all of these choices, you know, you got the Eight of Wands, so that's like fast movement. I mean, it's fast all over town. So I think that once these pages come in and present you with this choice, that you are just like, I want to go like this too. I mean, look at his face. Like, it's making my third eye hurt. Like, it's too much. It's so much because you don't want to hurt people and you don't want to ripple the waters. You don't want to make it choppy. You're not really interested in a whole lot of change because you have all this work stuff that you're trying to line out. And then here comes, you know, the devil walking up like, hey, by the way, did you realize that this chick is hot for teacher? And you're just like, I don't know what to do with that because I feel the same way, but I can't tell anyone that I feel the same way because it doesn't fit the mold that I have made for everyone to see me in. And let me tell you something, Pisces. It doesn't matter what other people think, feel, consider. Your life, your journey, your whole thing, it's all about you. It is. And sometimes that is going to hurt other people. It just is. But that's not really your problem. I mean, you can feel compassion and you can say, I'm so sorry that my actions are not working for you, but this situation doesn't work for me anymore. So, c'est la vie. I'm sorry. You're sorry. High five. I'm still leaving. And they're gonna have to just get over it. Because I know so many Pisces who are like, well, I really don't want to hurt them, so I'm just gonna sit here and die inside. Because I would rather not cause drama. Friends, cause some drama. It's your life. Bring the excitement. We were talking about the reason that the Pisces sign is like this is because you have two fish always on either side of your mind, and you have the choice to swim up to the light, or you have the choice to swim down to the darkness where you don't really know what's going to happen. Swim, fishy! Swim! And that's so exciting to me because so many Pisces that I know won't do that. They would rather just kind of like go with the flow. And going with the flow is not always going to be in your best interest, particularly when you have something soul driven, like soulmate even, coming towards you. It's so beautiful, and you have all of this anxiety, and this person, I just keep wanting to pick up this card, even though it's so tempting and it feels wrong to you, this person wants to bring you light. I'm also led to say that this person is probably like wicked psychic, more than a Pisces. I don't think they're a Pisces, it could be, but I feel like they are the kind of intuitive that makes you like, oh my God, that was freaky. And I think that turns you on a little bit, which is, you know, cool. But the reason I keep going back to this, what's that? tell them everything's going to work out. I know, right? You have something coming into your life that was unexpected. For some of you, you kind of knew, but you chose not to see that you knew. And it's going to change you at your core. And what I mean by the core is that what you're used to in relationships, regardless of what the spectrum is of this relationship, platonic all the way down to, hardcore twin flame soulmates, what you've been used to is this mold of, this is the type of man that I like. This is the type of woman I like. This is their color of hair. This is their eye color. This is what I'm interested in. This is what they need to be interested in. And those kind of people have flocked to you, typically, or vice versa, you to them. And this person is not any of those things. This person, I think, makes you feel a little uncomfortable because they're so different. And you don't know what in the world to do with that. Okay? These are the good tarot. I want to get some more clarifiers for Pisces, please. Whew. Oh my God. Clarifier for Pisces. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. Tarot freaks me out. Not freaks me out, but it makes me like, it's magic. Because we just pulled the Three of Cups again. This is the third time we've pulled the Three of Cups in this wand. And we pulled the Three of Wands. So that would be the second time we pulled the Three of Wands. This is absolutely, without a doubt, extra people in your space. There's too many people in your space. And you need to make a choice about the one that you, because I feel like that the one that you're interested in isn't interested in sharing energy, sharing time. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean it as like I don't mean that they're selfish. I just mean that the way that you have shared in the past isn't what they're interested in, which leaves you in a place where you can't just include them. Rather, you would have to nix some out in order to bring them in. And again, I'm looking down at this card. Just when I said that, I just made my brain hurt, and I really don't want to. I don't even want to think about it because I don't want to hurt anybody. But pull the Knight of Cups. Look at her face, Pisces. Look at that mermaid. It's the treasure. It's everything you ever wanted. But it comes behind all of this, which means that you have to make the choice. You have to you have to change. You have to be willing to accept the differences in this new person in order to get to the Nine of Cups. And if you choose not to, then you're going to stay in this place of anxiety and struggle in the tower, because the universe or source or whatever you want to call it decides, you write a soul contract that says this is what I'm going to do in my life. And then you get to that point in your life and your physical incarnation doesn't want to change, but your soul is like, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. And so when that change is supposed to happen, if you're not making it happen, the universe will keep you locked in that limbo of repeating the same cycle over and over and over again until you're like, oh, oh, that's why. Oh, it's because I'm not supposed to be doing that. Which is, kind of annoying, but it's, it's good that we have these kind of spiritual backups to help us with things. We are not alone here. We're not going through this alone. So I want to ask the fairies what they think. I love to know what the fairies have to say. Fairies are full of tough love, so if they say something that's not very nice, just call it tough love and move on. For Pisces, please. Ha! Change of viewpoint. These are called the topsy-turvies. Didn't I just say that Pisces needs to get on board with doing things differently? You're going to find nothing but pure happiness, Pisces. When you become okay with the things that you have previously said that you weren't going to be okay with, you get the 9 of Cups. Things do change for you. Murph, lay down. Murphy wants out. Murph. I want to take one more card from the Divine Conversations. I'm feeling so warm and fuzzy right now. The thought that Pisces are going to get to experience something that's going to challenge them is exciting. The thought that a lot of Pisces are going to feel things are going to be lit up inside you that you haven't experienced before. And that is so cool. I mean, that is so exciting for Pisces. If you choose to get off the roller coaster, if you're feeling anxiety, if you make the choice and you move toward the different thing, all of a sudden things are different and you have a change of viewpoint and your life does change. Let's pull one card for Pisces, please. Okay, that's the one. Kind of long, so I got to read them. This isn't funny. It's just this magic. It says, are you going to be in a place called fear, or are you going to be in a place called love? Where are you, and where is it coming from as you encounter life? It's not funny, but it's funny because it just repeated everything that I just said, and I find that to be a little bit funny. Okay, like I said, Pisces are fearing change. They don't want to have a viewpoint because they don't want to hurt anybody. And they're afraid that when they decide to put Pisces first, that their people are going to get hurt. You know, so you're coming from a place of fear. But if you change that viewpoint and you look at it from a place of love, I'm making this change because I love me. I don't want to hurt them, but this relationship is not good for either of us. That is coming from a place of love, and it does help you to get out of your pickle or your situation or whatever you want to call it. So Spirit is asking you to look at this entire situation coming from a place of love. And if you're coming from a place of fear, you're going to stay in a place of fear because it doesn't vibrate up or down. The spectrum of the source of love is the entire universe. That's what it's made out of. So if you switch your thought process to that and you come from a space of that, that's what you get back. I mean, it's the law of attraction. It's manifestation. It's what goes around comes around. If you do things from a place of love, with your intentions, even if people get hurt, if you mean well for yourself and for them, then positivity comes back at you. Because if you're not feeling good in a relationship and you feel really terrible, I can promise you that they don't feel good either. That's the law of attraction. It's very rare to be in a relationship where one person is totally miserable and the other person is so clueless that they're walking around super duper happy. Okay, so please remember that even though you're afraid that if you have to walk away from someone that you don't want to because you're going to hurt them, they're probably already hurting too. And so coming from a place of love, we're not going to be afraid. We're going to love them and have gratitude for the time they've spent with us and all of the wonderful experiences that you were able to have. But then you're going to let it go and move on because you have the world waiting for you. You do. Everybody does. Every time something changes, something else. What was that? What's that saying? Close the door so you can open a window or whatever. My point is, good stuff is coming for you, Pisces. And I cannot, please comment and tell me who this mystery person is. I have to know. One time I did a reading like this, and there was this mystery person supposed to be coming to the person I was reading for, and like 3 days later this dog showed up at their house, and it's like their best friend in the whole world. They hated dogs, hated them, but they now are besties, you know. So it's like that. And my sweet doggy isn't going to let me talk anymore because I guess he has to go out. But I am on Instagram, dharmajane.8. I'm on Facebook, dharmajane8. I have a blog that I rarely write on. It's called Dharma Author or dharmaauthor.wordpress.com. I will do a private reading for you if that's what you're looking for, but please understand that my main goal here is to help everyone ascend, to help you get to a place where you can meet your own guides and you can kind of get to a place where you're seeing things from a spiritual perspective. And that does help. It really does help, because you start to understand things on a level that wasn't available for you to understand from previously. Okay, so I'm going to be back for the January readings. I may or may not do something. I'm not going to promise that anymore. I know I've been promising it and I keep failing to come through. So look for me in a couple of weeks. Please comment, share, like, subscribe. Give me an email, dharmajane8@gmail.com. We can do a private reading if you like. Sometimes I'm on Keen, dharmajane@keen.com. And until then, I love you, Pisces. Talk to you soon.